with McNary?
Yeah.
All right, the Celtics, right?
Yeah.
And you guys just had a great performance out here at the OSA Championships. How do you feel you did, girls?
Pretty good.
Happy with it?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to ask you guys real quickly, how much time you guys put into this? Do you think that cheerleading right now has become a sport? Like, is it legitimately a sport?
Yeah. We
So-
cheer 7 days a week. 7 days a week.
7 days a week? And how many days a year do you go? Tell me right here.
What? How many days a year?
How much work do you put in during the year?
Too many to count. I don't even know.
All year?
It takes every week.
All right. And by a show of hands, how many think that like concussion and getting hurt in the sport is something that you should be worried about?
Yeah.
Okay. So would you guys want to be treated as an athletic sport in the state of Oregon?
Yeah.
Would that make you feel like more proud, like it's like any sport?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just say I have never done cheerleading before this, and I've played sports forever, and this is harder than any other sport. So.
Okay. So if you had to vote today with your association and all that, would most of you guys want to be treated as athletes?
Yeah.
Okay. So if athletes have protections, you want the same protections?
Yeah.
All right. Ladies, thanks for taking the time. Good job today. All right, I'm here with JoJo on my left and Chris on my right. You two are the cheer coaches for McNary High School down in Salem.
She coaches athletic all-star cheer, so we work kind of together a little bit.
So you have both club and school represented.
Right,
okay,
right.
And is it safe to say cheer has become year-round?
Oh, absolutely.
Always has been, but bigger than ever?
Yeah, absolutely.
In your opinion, is the sport on the rise in terms of growth?
Here in Oregon, especially, if you compare Oregon cheerleading to like Texas, we are like loads behind them. So
You're on the way up.
On the way up, yeah.
It sounded like there were 6 more teams here this year than last year, so about a 10% growth here in Oregon just year over year. And it takes a lot to get a team here, right? I mean, talk to me about what it took to get these girls here today.
They do 2 competitions. That's the minimum amount is 2 competitions. But I mean,
how many did you girls do?
We ended up doing 4 this
And
year.
you competed in small school 6A here today?
We actually did large.
Large group, okay. Great. So we talked just briefly about the sport. Is this a sport or is this an activity? Where do you see it?
Well, here's something that I tell my kids all the time, that athletes lift weights and cheerleaders lift athletes.
Okay.
You get these, I mean, we have a gal that this is her first time cheerleading. She is a senior. She is super athlete, played basketball, varsity softball, came out for us this year, and she is shocked at the
Yeah, I think we just talked to her briefly. So while we got a moment before the next group comes out, there's not really any controversy. There's more of a question of, do we treat these girls as athletes? By doing so in Oregon, we would give them all the same protections our athletes have. You think these girls deserve to be, protected with things like, heat index and concussion training and coaches' education?
Well, I mean that depends on the education itself. If it's a quality coaches' education, with cheerleading right now, we all are NFHS.
Yes,
certified anyway, so that's something that we have done.
Okay.
If you are here at this competition, you have to be certified, any cheerleading coach in Oregon. So.
Okay. So JoJo, you're the school coach here for these girls. We talked about impact concussion baseline testing. Is something you wanted to have this year?
Last year I had a girl that had a concussion, and so she took it afterwards, but we didn't have the baseline.
Didn't have the baseline.
So it was
kind of pointless.
Useless tool. So I think it's a great tool, but you gotta get the baseline or else.
Why didn't you guys get it?
Actually, I never knew about it before, and
so
we tried
getting the information out.
We tried to lobby for it this year, but they're computer-wise, you have to do it on a computer, and there's 100 plus of the football players.
But the kids at the football players have it. Probably most of the athletes that. So if
the football, yes, the athletes were definitely they all have it.
So it's your choice. If it was up to you, the girls would get it with the athletes during the summer, during the off season or something.
Yep.
There's plenty of time. It doesn't matter getting them in there.
Well, not true, because there's only one person to administer it.
Okay.
They have to have. That was the other thing, is that you have to have somebody in there to administer the test.
Okay.
So that was the time. It was
all
a
right.
time issue.
So for your school and for your girls, if they could get it and the tests were more readily available, you'd like to have it.
Yep.
So I had one concussion this year.
I haven't had any this year.
Oh, very very fortunate.
Oh.
A couple.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your time. It sounds like you know, just part of cheerleading getting bigger, growing up, and I don't think it's our moms cheerleading anymore.
No.
You know, this is a big time sport.
And OCCA does a great job of, you know, monitoring the safety and making sure that we're doing quality tricks and not doing the biggest trick, which is gonna, you know, people are teaching big tricks and they don't have the basics. That's what
So
people
you two ladies go to coaching clinics.
Yeah.
Are you trained in first aid?
It's a choice, but yes,
Okay.
I am.
Would you like to see that be sort of a
Mandatory thing?
mandatory thing?
Absolutely.
Like at some point we have to put some controls in place for people that want to be with our kids and work
And
with them?
everybody has to be safety certified, so we all do a safety
Okay.
certificate, and we do the NFHS.
So you wouldn't mind doing a half an hour to an hour course on concussion or something like that?
Yeah, no, I totally would.
Raise your stock. And you're in the private sector. Would you like to see this kind of thing?
Yeah, we do something called USASF, which we're credentialed through levels and stuff like that, but it's too often that you see coaches who aren't and they're still coaching, and it would be nice if it was mandatory.
It's like a lot of people in any profession, we always have to update ourselves.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
All right, ladies, thank you very much. Great job today. I hope things go well for you.
Yes,
Thank
me